Charlie Richard was one of those people who saw things the rest of us didn't. He could see potential in students and in programs that most of us were awfully slow to see. Charlie was an exceptionally bright person and always a team player.
Charlie deeply loved football, and that meant that he also deeply loved anybody in the football program. His players were very important to him, their social lives, their family lives. Charlie had a great following of parents. The parents loved Charlie and what he did for their children as athletes and under his guidance. And we had charter buses of parents go to almost all of our games.
And he cared. I mean, it was obvious. He knew my parents. He knew them by their names when they showed up. They only made, in my 4 years here, they only made a handful of games. And Charlie never, I don't think, ever missed an opportunity to walk up and shake hands.
Charlie Richard was the reason I transferred here from Boston University. He wanted me to make sure it was the right decision for me, and that it became the right decision for me. I met my wife here. I got to play for Coach Richard and all the guys that I met here and was able to play with. And he had a lot of influence on me throughout my lifetime.
Those players liked him so much because he was a father figure. He was not a guy that yelled and screamed, but he would motivate by a look or say, gee, I'm disappointed in what you did. They didn't want that.
Oh yeah, the look was, the look sometimes came at the point where you knew you may be disappointing them. And that was about all it took to get us back into doing the right thing. And there was also that look of pleasure when you knew that you'd done something right.
He touched so many people's lives. He changed your life. If you ever got a chance to meet him, your life was changed.
When I found out Charlie was enshrined, I picked up the Kansas City Star, and I read that. I just started to cheer. Nobody deserved it more.
Charlie clearly deserved that, was clearly, as I've said earlier, one of the finest coaches of his time. And so his selection wasn't surprising, but very, very satisfying.
I was greatly relieved that they finally enshrined him, because that's where he belonged.
Well, first of all, the letter came, it was special delivery, and it was in my door when I got home from work. And I read it, and it was like incredulous. I could not believe this. And it said that the sentence said something about, among coaches, this is considered to be one of the highest honors that a coach can receive. He would have thought like, not me, because he didn't consider himself to be that special. I just wish that he could have been here to have enjoyed it. I'm just sure that he's looking down saying, oh my. I'm sure that's what he'd be saying.
While the Baker family has long admired Charlie's greatness, his special qualities were properly recognized by his peers. In August of 2004, Charlie Richard was enshrined in the National College Football Hall of Fame, along with such greats as Barry Sanders, Joe Theismann, and Coach Hayden Fry. Charlie's son, Pat, represented his family in accepting this honor. From Pat's remarks, it became clear this most prestigious honor was deserved.
It is my honor to represent my father, Charlie Richard, on behalf of his family, coaches, and players. His record of 123, 28, and 1 gave him a winning percentage of 81%. His team's only lost 18 regular season games in 14 years. But these numbers don't begin to tell the story of my father. He had a true commitment to the game and his players. In 1987, he suffered what was later determined to be a heart attack in the first half of a game in Lamoni, Iowa. He continued to call plays by climbing into a van that was pulled alongside the field, put his headset on, and he coached. Players created an alley to the field, and the receivers ran the plays in and out. After the win, he allowed my mother to drive him to St. Luke's Hospital in Kansas City, where they had doctors he trusted, where he had quadruple bypass surgery. 2 weeks later, he was calling plays from the press box in a national playoff game. For my father, this enshrinement would be an honor for his players, not for him. Dad loved the game of football. To him, coaching wasn't work, it was happiness. It wasn't about money, and it wasn't about fame. It was about competing and helping young people excel. It was about family. My dad's definition of family included everyone that surrounded him, his players, his coaches, and his friends. And as his son and a member of that family, I am proud to be here today at his enshrinement into the College Football Hall of Fame.
So what was it that made Charlie Richard so special as a husband, a father, a coach, a colleague, a friend? Charlie Richard is remembered for his genuine humility, his accumulation of kindness, and his constant caring. He is loved by those he touched and all who knew him.